Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Not a game. We talking about practice.
We thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Besides, a different league, I'm coming. I'm flat out coming.
It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair.
Hello, once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. Got a cast of thousands with me tonight. But first, let me go ahead and bring everyone in and have my two co-hosts with me. First off, this man has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. Let me bring my man 7 and 7. What's up? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm watching some baseball right now, calling it on TikTok, hanging out with you. This has been a crazy day. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, fuck Jerry Jones. I don't know why. I just want to start out with that. Just want to throw that out.
Man, we're going to end the night with it. We're going to start with it. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my man, Ando. Ando, what's up? How you doing tonight, man?
What's up, boys? How we doing? I also am watching some baseball. Forget Monday Night Football. I love the doubleheader that we have. But no, go Mariners. Up 3-1, 2-2 count, and Guerrero fouled off. But yeah, we got Game 7. Best two words in baseball, man. Game 7. Let's go.
All right, 7-word game you watching?
Oh, I'm watching the Mariners Toronto game. It's the only game on tonight. ALCS Game 7.
Okay. Cool.
Well, we'll talk some football. I know we're going to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had Monday night game tonight. The thing looks like it's about to end up in about 5 minutes.
We actually got a doubleheader tonight too because the Seahawks play the Texans later.
Detroit Lions pretty much beating down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-9. Man, that Baker.
There goes my fantasy football this week, man.
That Baker Magic just ran out today. It just ran.
No,
out. One touchdown, one interception. He was sacked 3 times.
I'm so it's what's crazy is I'm glad I started Jordan Love this week.
They got Vladdy to strike out.
Yeah, man, and Vladdy's been hitting strong tonight, so it's good to see that they made him chase.
Yeah,
Wu has done very well with that since he came out since he got onto the mound tonight. He's getting guys to chase.
Yeah,
Taylor. Yeah, big shock.
They losing the game 7. But yeah, tonight was just a domination by the Detroit Lions. Thought Mike Evans was going to come back. Mike Evans goes out with an injury yet again.
Yep,
might be done for the season with that concussion / shoulder injury. We shall see. After this, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Houston Texans coming up 4-2 versus 2-3. Any thoughts on that game you guys want to go into?
Honestly, I don't think the Seahawks will care as long as the Mariners win. There is going to be an earthquake in the middle of a football game if the Mariners can hold on to this game.
Yeah. No, 100%. And the I think for Seattle, though, I mean, Darnold's got to be on his game because Houston's starting to find their energy again. So that's what I mean. If you're a Seahawks fan, as much as you're probably also watching the Mariners right now as well, You need Darnold to be on point tonight. Seattle needs to show up because Houston is trying to get back into this, and especially in that race in the AFC South, right?
Yeah, Houston's in the AFC South. And don't forget, Seattle's got to keep up with the Rams and the 49ers, who both won yesterday, too. So,
yep.
They got to keep up pace. They got to keep up. They got to keep up pace. That is for sure. Before we get started, speaking of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just want to say real quick, we did it this morning. I'm gonna do it here as well. Rest in peace, Doug Martin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he passed away. Rest in peace to you, my friend. For sure. Rest in peace, brother. All right, let's go ahead and start going over some of these games that went down.
Can we start with Miami and Cleveland, because I have a diatribe that I'd like to get off my chest?
Go ahead.
Cool. Can we full screen? Can we full screen? Because I got a lot I got to say.
You said full screen. Oh,
full screen.
There we go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 weeks ago, I had an absolute diatribe about people fumbling the football on the 1 yard line, right? That is officially old news. We had nobody do that the last 2 weeks. So be it that people are watching the show and taking my kind-hearted wisdom to heart, thank you for not fumbling the football. But we have a bigger travesty now in the NFL, and that is the Miami freaking Dolphins. Now, I do have a friend who lives in Florida. His name is Shane. Shane, if you watch this, I am sorry. I am about to tear the Dolphins apart like loose meat tuna. That is how bad I'm going to rip apart the Dolphins. How in the bluefish hell do you score 6 points against the Browns? How in the bluefish hell do you allow Tua to turn the ball over to stay in the football game and throw 3 turnovers? One of them is a pick 6 to a guy the Browns got 2 weeks ago. And Mike McDaniel, in his massive amount of wisdom, okay, we're just going to keep calling the same play. It's grilled fish on a grill. I think that's a great play. The Browns are not going to see it coming. Mike, I think your innovation of offense is great if you were strictly just an offensive coordinator. Stephen Ross, I know you don't watch this show because you're too busy tampering to get Tom Brady to come out of retirement to come play for the Dolphins. But you need to fix this sinking ship. If you're tanking for another quarterback, that's great. Put Tua out of his misery. Put in Quinn Ewers and see what the kid's got if you need to draft another quarterback. But you made the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the factory of sadness, look like a competent football team yesterday. And not to take anything away from the Browns. The Browns beat the Packers a couple weeks ago. They've had really bad luck in the quarterback situation that they've had this year. People not coming in line the way that they need to. Just they're looking better. It's unfortunate they play in maybe one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. But when your head coach, the mastermind, the guy that your team looks up to, is laughable at the news conference, it's time to get rid of it. Time to blow it up. Your only win this year is against the winless Jets. And that's the win you want to hang your hat on. Well, we've had offensive shows this season. You got beat by the Colts. You barely beat the Jets. And now you get beat by the Browns. I know there's 4 other losses that I'm missing in that realm. But God damn, Miami. You made Cleveland. Cleveland fans were like, okay, look, the Dolphins are already dead. You don't have to beat them up anymore. And the Dolphins were just like, nah, that's okay. We want to keep the beating. Let's go. Let's see. We just got picked off. Why don't we throw another oh my God. We need to put a GoFundMe account for the Miami Dolphins because their funeral is in possession. I honestly believe, just based off of record, if the only way that Mike McDaniel is going to lose his job is if he loses to the Jets. I think that is the only way that he gets fired this year. He should have been fired last week. He should be fired this week. There should be a press conference tomorrow morning. Steve Ross wakes up from his coma after he got done hanging out with Jerry Jones and Mike Brown at the old timers convention that they have. And Steve Ross just has to go, Yeah, look, we may have made a mistake. Hiring Mike McDaniels. But,
No, they're never going to admit they made a mistake.
No, of course not, because it's Stephen fucking Ross. He didn't admit that he
Yep.
was tampering when they tried to get Sean Payton and Tom Brady. That
Listen, hold on. Let's go bring this back to normal. Let's go bring this back.
Go ahead and bring it back.
Here I'm going to say this. I don't blame Stephen Ross. I don't blame Stephen Ross for trying to tamper and get Sean Payton and Tom Brady. Because if you had the chance, outside of a handful of teams, if you have the chance to get both Sean Payton as your head coach and Tom Brady as your starting quarterback, even if the Tom Brady situation is just for a year, you're going to take that 100 times out of 100, regardless of who gets pissed off about it, regardless of if you have to pay a fine as a result. Because what you're guaranteed is at least a playoff berth, so you're going to pay for that fine pretty quickly. And, but Mike McDaniel is not a good head coach. I want to agree with you on that. Mike McDaniel, I think he can definitely be a quality offensive coordinator, but let's not mince words here. The front office of Miami is failing them just as much as the players are.
Agreed.
Because there are pieces missing in that roster. The front office should have figured out that they need to move on from Tua a long time ago instead of fucking extending him.
Yeah.
That's not Mike McDaniel's fault.
No.
And he can say we should probably move on, but if they don't listen, he can't do anything about it. And that could be the situation that they're in right now. They could have said, no, we extended Tua, we need to keep him. And that is clearly burning them right now, because as much as we all want to like Tua and as much potential as there is, you can't win championships with potential. You have to win championships with success, and the Dolphins don't have it. You've had a dynamic receiving duo in Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and have not made a single playoff trip with that duo. That is insane. And so I definitely want to say that I hold the front office in the situation that you're dealing with in Miami accountable as much as I do Mike McDaniel, because it's harder to win at chess when you don't have all of the pieces, even the right pawns. You got to have all your pawns just as much. You got to have the other pieces, and they don't have all of any of them. And that's not Mike McDaniel's fault.
No, not just him. He's a big culprit, but not just him. You are correct.
You need to make the changes. You need to make the changes in your offensive game plan. Like when Tua went out in the game against the Jets, you need to make the game plan changes, right? You're not going to be able to do the speedy jet sweeps because Tyreek is your fastest player on the field. You can't get that speed with Jalen Waddle. You have no other receivers that can pull off that speed. Yes, it is a damper to the playbook that you have, but this is why you need to have an expansive playbook to when pieces go missing, you can make changes on the fly.
Effective coaches play to the strengths of the players they have, not the players they wish they had. So no, and you're right. This is not, and again, this is not all on Miami's front office by any stretch of the imagination, but the front office definitely bears some culpability in the problem that they have right now with the Dolphins.
Absolutely.
There's no culture there.
No
culture.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
I mean, that's plain as day. When Tua threw all the teammates under the bus about people not coming to the players only workouts, like it's not just culture from a coaching, it's culture from a player. Like, this is where you need to have your team captains right the ship. And I don't think the Dolphins have the right captains in place to be able to make that happen.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What's up, Key?
What's up, Key? How you doing?
Hi, Key.
Taylor said the Miami Minnow.
Yeah, they might as well be.
Yep.
For sure.
Right, the other game I want to talk about, we didn't get a chance to talk about Coffee and Sports this morning. You can also catch that show right here on Wild Wire Network every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. The Denver Broncos come back from 19 points down to win 33 to 32.
33 points in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Now, that New York Giants defense, just an epic collapse. Epic collapse. I'm about to give up on Bo Nix this year. I'm about to give up on him. Can't give up on him yet. Not after yesterday. After yesterday.
No. Go ahead.
That was just crazy. I mean, the Giants are supposed to have this great front four, But yet, still in the second half, it's like they just lost steam. They just lost steam yesterday.
Well, I mean, for me, like when you look at this game, like first of all, I want to say I don't blame Jackson Dart. I don't blame Cam Scatabo. Both of them did what they could. I mean, but Bo Nix was just barely above a 50% completion rating.
And he did all this damage in the fourth quarter. Like he had 200.
Most of that was
240 yards in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And of course the Giants offensive line did not do Jackson Dart any favors. 4 sacks is not, that you can't ignore that. But again, with that Giants defense, it was supposed to be in a better position. You allow J.K. Dobbins to get 81 yards and Bo Nix to run for another 48. And then Bo Nix got that 48 off of 5 rushes.
Including the touchdown run in the fourth quarter.
Right, including the touchdown. And Bo Nix had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. That's entirely – this is entirely on the Giants defense. And that they are – you are who your record says you are at the end of the day, right? That's one of the oldest adages in sports. We all understand it. But that Giants offense is not a 2-5 offense, especially not now with Jackson Dart under center. But if you're not going to execute, if you're not going to do the right things as a team, like at that point, honestly, like I don't feel bad for you.
It's going to be, this has been like, I don't know, a crazy season so far for the Giants. Russell Wilson goes out. Yeah. Jackson Dart comes in and gives him some much needed energy. And then this turns around and happens. And another thing I'm concerned about, and I mentioned that this morning, I'm sort of kind of concerned about Cam Scatabo because he's the type of back that looks for contact. And if you go through and look throughout the history of the league, running backs like that, they don't tend to last long.
You don't need them to last long. You need them to last a couple seasons to put, first off, people in the stands at MetLife Stadium for the Giants. And he's doing that.
He is,
for sure.
But if you can get a running back like that who can take pressure off of Jackson Dart while he continues to build that relationship with Wendell Robinson and Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger. Sure. I mean, I'll take a guy for 3 or 4 solid years. It turns me into a playoff contender while the offensive line gels and I build chemistry with my receivers. I would take it. So, what I will say, 7, with you being a Chiefs fan, would you argue that Bo Nix is the second best quarterback in the division, or is he the third?
Based on how Justin Herbert's been performing so far this season, which has definitely been below the standard that we would have expected for him to be able to perform at this point, I actually have to lean towards Bo Nix still.
Yeah, I'm going to say Bo Nix is the second best quarterback. Here's why I'm going to say that. Down 19-0. I don't know if Justin Herbert would have pulled up his pants the way that Bo Nix did. Bo Nix scored the touchdown. It's 16-7, or it's 19-7, or 19-8. Cool. Then it's what, 26-16? Bo Nix, I think because of his age, he gets a lot of crap because of how long he was in college. But that, no, miss, damn it. You got out of a, damn it. All right, anyway, sorry, I was watching the Seattle game. I think Bo Nix, because of his age, and I think because of his maturity, he does things that I don't think Justin Herbert mentally is able to do. And that's why I like Bo Nix more than I like Justin Herbert. After the interception that Dart threw, ill-advised, absolutely ill-advised throw.
Rookie mistake.
There was that passion that Bo Nix had on the sideline. Like, all right, guys, look, we got the ball back. It's 3 minutes. We're only down by 10. We still got time to do this. Come on. We got this, man. Lean on each other. You see that with veteran leadership, and the head coach that Sean Payton is. I may not personally like the guy, but he's got a good mind for football, and he knows when to turn it on. That being said, I hate that the Giants lost. I went for the Broncos in one of the pick'em leagues that I'm in.
He
So I'm
did.
happy I won. I would have been okay if the Giants would have beat the Broncos, personally speaking.
For
As
the
a fan
division,
of
yeah, I would have
football-
too.
As a fan of football, this is a top five game of the year, I think, just because of the comeback in the fourth quarter.
So far comeback of the year, I would say.
Yep.
But the thing for me that I think worked more into the Broncos' favor, Sean Payton's favor, because you're right. Like, Sean Payton's not the most likable guy when it comes to the head coaches in the NFL.
No.
But
Nope.
he knows the game. Anybody that, watches football on a regular basis will tell you Sean Payton knows football. And he's definitely willing to put it all out there to get the W.
Oh,
what was that scandal that they went through in the late 2000s where he was
Bountygate?
offering bonuses for Bountygate.
Yeah, Bountygate.
Bountygate, where he's offering bonuses for players getting injured on the other team.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to win. He's willing to put his money where his mouth is. And to have his, to keep steady and keep his faith in Bo Nix, I think that says something. Like, to me as a football fan, that says something that he held strong and he knew that when it mattered, the rookie was going to slip up. And that's exactly what happened. Ultimately, that's what it was. And, I as much as I hate to say it for the division race, like that was Denver's game to lose yesterday, and then they won.
Yep.
And they won it. Yeah. You got to give it to them. A great win for the the Broncos. Great win.
Hey, great win by the Browns too. You're just late to the
great win
party.
by them
It's all
too.
good.
Yeah. But my thing is this with Herbert. Remember, he's dealing with a lot of injuries right now.
Yeah.
The
Right.
offensive line has been decimated.
And they lost another offensive lineman yesterday in the game against the Colts.
Decimated. So, let's give it, and hey, we'll talk about it in a second. But he was throwing touchdowns yesterday. Guys draped all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Just
It's
terrible.
My thing is, on the one side, we give lots of quarterbacks credit when they're dealing with a lot of injuries on their offense.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about accurate quarterbacks in the NFL, Justin Herbert is one of the top 5, I would say.
Yeah.
For the accuracy of his arm, being an objective Chiefs fan for a second, Herbert is one of the top 5 accurate arms in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But there's more to the game than just accuracy.
Right.
And those are the situations where Herbert falls short, that Bo Nix has proven in just 2 years that he can stay calm, cool, collected, and do it right. And I think that speaks volumes to the talent of Bo Nix, and that's why I take him over Herbert. It is legitimately close, but personally, I'm still going to take Nix over Herbert.
Plus, they couldn't run the football for nothing yesterday. Vidal,
Not a damn bit. No, yeah.
Couldn't get anything going into the offensive line going down. Had like 2.3 yards per rush yesterday. That's terrible. That's terrible. And speaking of those charges, they get roughed up by the Indianapolis Colts, 38-24. Fellas, are we now believers of the Indianapolis Colts? Are we now believers of Daniel Jones?
I'm going to say no to Daniel Jones, but I'm going to say yes to the Colts. The Colts have had the pieces that's always been there. They haven't had a consistent, reliable quarterback. Now, Daniel Jones is not the most reliable guy because I still think he takes sacks when he shouldn't, and he does throw ill-advised interceptions. But if Daniel Jones doesn't turn the football over and plays within himself and leans on Jonathan Taylor and his 2 really solid receivers and Pittman and Pierce, this team's got a shot. Also, they added a really damn good tight end in Tyler Warren in the draft this year.
Fantasy boyfriend.
Yeah. I believe in the Colts, and they got a defense that's shutting people down when they need to be shut down. Look, this was a Chargers team that was 4-2, coming off a very emotional win against the Dolphins where they had to come back and beat the Dolphins.
Yep.
And for the Colts to come in and rough them up the way that they did, yeah, I believe in the Colts. Shit. Come on, Woo.
What you think about the Colts, Seven? Now, are you a believer? Do you believe?
No.
And then
I still stand by my statement that the Colts are a team that doesn't know they're bad yet. Now, when we look at the schedule that they've got coming up, they'll probably beat Tennessee next week. Pittsburgh should have their defense right, so they'll lose that one. So that's what, 7-2. Probably going to beat Atlanta 8-2. 8-2 going into the bye. Then you have a little bit more of a gauntlet after the bye, and this is where we're really going to start to see who they are, because you've got Kansas City, Houston, and then Jacksonville. Seattle, hit and miss.
San Francisco.
And then you've got San Francisco, Jacksonville again, and then Houston to end the season. They could still end up 9-8 or 10-7. Like, as good as their record looks right now, I think they lose more games than they win after the bye. And it's going to be tough for them. I mean, are they a playoff team? Probably a wild card team based on how the AFC is looking, because there's a lot of teams that we expected to have more pressure on the back end of that after you get past the division winners. That we thought it was going to be a little closer, but unfortunately, I think if they make the postseason, which, obviously they're on track to, if they make the postseason, they're a one and done team.
We said that about Daniel Jones when he was on the Giants and he beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Jacksonville is more fraudulent than the Colts, though.
Right, but I mean, when it comes down to just being about one game, that's where it gets tough.
My concern,
and
go ahead, finish up.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to say, my concern for the Colts is being able to keep Jonathan Taylor healthy. He's the catalyst for everything that they do. And if he should go down for any reason whatsoever, they're in trouble. Because Amir Abdullah ain't that guy. And he's JT's backup. So if he goes down, they need to keep him healthy. Because if he goes down, this whole thing could blow up in their face very quickly.
Right. Well, and to the Colts' credit, they have used him somewhat efficiently. He's less than 20 carries a game, which, when you think about the fact that Daniel Jones is your quarterback, that's a pretty spectacular thing. Less than, 23, 7, what was that? 3-4 passes a game. So, I mean, he's less than 21, 22 touches total a game, which, if you're trying to watch, the injury risk on a guy like that, that's going to be your workhorse running back and a pass catcher as well. Those are some decent numbers. But I still think that when it matters, Daniel Jones is a huge question mark. And that's why I can call the Jacksonville games a toss-up. It's less about what Jacksonville can do and more about what Daniel Jones has shown us he does in the past.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, gonna move over to y'all's team. Notice I say y'all because you're both Chiefs fans. We got the Chiefs over the Raiders, 31-0. Is this good Chiefs or just bad Raiders?
Both.
Or a little bit of, I'm about to say a little bit of both.
Yeah, no, it's both. Look, the fact that Gino didn't turn the ball over last night, but he only got 67 yards. So while he made better decisions with the football, he didn't do anything with it. Ashton Genty only got 6 carries the entire game. For you to win, you need to get the ball to your star running back more than 6 times a game. They got 1 reception for 13 yards. So their best.
Damon. Head to HR immediately, sir. We put you.
Nah, bro, that's all on you.
Tonight.
I can't write somebody up for telling the truth.
I'm gonna write him
Look,
up.
When the Raiders put the ball in their best player only 7 times for 34 yards. That's not winning football.
But
yeah, you had less than 100 yards total offense.
How much of that is on the line, though?
To have Ashton Genty
I
not do anything, that's like having a Rolls Royce in your garage. You ain't doing no good.
you got to find a way to get him more involved.
Yeah.
You do have to find a way to get him more involved. But what I saw yesterday was horrible play calling, first of all. And this is definitely going to fall back on what Pete Carroll's doing with that team. So I do hold him accountable for what happened yesterday.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yep. Okay. Really quick update. 3-run home run by Toronto, bottom of the 7th. Toronto's now up 4-3. George Springer. Yeah. But no, like when it comes to the Raiders, the problem the Raiders have is they spent so much focus on getting Ashton Genty that they didn't get him a line to give him time to get going. Because Ashton Genty, if you go back and watch clips of Ashton Genty at Boise State, he needs that extra second to get going and get his feet in the ground. But he's not getting that. When you look at that game from yesterday, I want to pull up.
What are we looking for? Because I have the stats up.
Hold on.
The fact that they ran 30 offensive plays.
Wait, you only had one. Geno Smith only got sacked one time. It was by Chris Jones.
Yep.
But when you look at the fact that they had a couple of QB hits, but if ESPN showed the numbers on QB pressures, I bet those would be interesting. Or no, they had.
Now keep in mind too, while you're looking over everything, not to make excuses for the Raiders, but there was no Jacoby Myers yesterday, no Brock Bowers.
Mason Crosby got hurt halfway through the game.
You had guys like Trey Tucker and Michael Myers having to jump in to try to contribute. And not to put those guys down because they're good serviceable players, but they're not Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers.
Right. And you're right, but I don't think I think it makes the game a little closer, but they did not have time to do anything yesterday. Geno Smith didn't have time. He was out of sync with his offensive line. Like it was
31-7.
They were 31-7, and that's exactly my point, though. Like they spent all of this time getting at the focus on getting Ashton Genty. They didn't improve that line at all. You grab Geno Smith, who I would like to point out, a lot of people said I was wrong and that Geno Smith was a good quarterback, and I said before the season they should have gotten a better quarterback.
Yeah,
and they didn't. And that is biting them in the ass right now because Geno Smith is not even Hall of Very Good. He's just a guy.
Yeah.
He's just a guy. And to put just a guy behind an offensive line that's trash, you're dealing with injury issues. He's not good enough to elevate his team above that. And then absolutely trash play calling. Getting the ball to Ashton Genty 7 times over the course of a game is like owning a Camaro, but all you do is drive around your Geo Metro.
Yep.
You take that Camaro to the gas station and get gas, but that Geo Metro is the only car you actually drive regular. Even on the weekends, Geo Metro. Like to me, it's a waste. It's a waste of talent. Geno is just a bridge option. Right, he is. But you can't tank for Archie. He's not going to be ready after this season. He has to play another year.
He ain't going to be ready from what he's looking. He might not be ready, till 2027.
And right, play calling falls on Chip Kelly. Right, it does. But Pete Carroll did not intervene at any point with the horrible play calling yesterday. Just the same as I hold John Harbaugh accountable for what Todd Monken has gotten away with and how he's used that Ravens offense. This is the same thing. Pete Carroll is still the head coach and is not doing a damn thing about it.
Can I say the thing that jumps off the page for me is how dominant that defense was? 0 for 7 on third down conversions. You're only 3 first downs for the Raiders. 2 came on passing downs on first. 1 came on first and 1 came on second. And then you had a first down on penalties. And that's it. You had 3 first down the entire games. To put that into perspective, the Chiefs had 12 rushing first downs. They had 30 first downs all game.
The Chiefs recovered. The Chiefs had 2 3rd and 14 conversions in the first half alone.
Yep. Yeah, nope. And then 434 total yards. The Chiefs were 9 of 15 on third down conversions, which if you can't get the team off with third down, you're not going to win the football game. And that, in evidence, comes to my last point. The Chiefs had 42 minutes of offense. If you give the Kansas City Chiefs, if you give any team 42 minutes of offense, they're probably going to win. But this is the Chiefs offense that has something to prove. They got Rashee Rice back, and now they're pumping on all cylinders. So, yeah, this was just very sorry, Raiders. But you were sacrificed to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Do we see, or because of the bad quarterback play, do we see a reunion between Wilson and Pete Carroll? Do we see a reunion between Sierra's husband and Pete Carroll? Do we see that?
No.
That relationship fell apart when they were in Seattle.
Yep.
I don't know that. I don't know that the Giants want to move on from Russell Wilson because if you get rid of him as your backup,
I think you see Jameis go before you see Russell.
I agree, and it's Reverend Winston is much more expendable because at this point, if something happens where Jackson Dart gets hurt, which with how sketchy that offensive line is, there is always there's definitely more of an elevated possibility. Don't want to wish that on anybody. I'm just stating facts here.
Oh yeah.
And do you want Reverend Winston taking over that offense, or would you rather have Sierra's husband? Husband. Like it is what it is. So, but honestly, I think we see Reverend Winston traded within the next week or two anyway. Because he's always that in emergency third quarterback, and you're not getting anything out of him. You might as well get a 7th round pick because that's probably all you're going to get for him. To somebody that's going to needs him.
How you trade the
like
trade the Reverend?
Like I mean, you trade Reverend Winston to Vegas, he might save that whole city. Reverend Winston gets to Vegas, give it a couple weeks, and then it'll be the Sinless City instead of Sin City. You never know.
Yeah. It'll be the Reverend City. All the casinos shut down, and there's churches and gospels that are open.
Y'all might have to give a little change to the building fund, but he might be able to save y'all. You never know. You never know. To save the city. You never know.
That torch is going to be changed from a torch to a standing W. Jameis be eating it every home game.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go into a couple more of these games. Then I do want
Jameis Winston, why are you on your knees in front of that W? Praise be to the Lord and myself. The Raiders are going to win this game today. Amen.
Please give to the building fund. We love the money.
They're going to rename themselves the Las. If Reverend
the money.
If Reverend Winston, Winston goes to Las Vegas, they're going to rename the Las Vegas Raiders to the Las Vegas Reverends, and his face will be posted on the side of that helmet.
It'll be the first NFL team with a collection plate.
Exactly. Give to the building fund.
Every time the opponents give up a touchdown, the head coach got to give up his money. Amen. Praise be to the gospel.
Look here, we love the money that goes clean, but we prefer the money that folds. Can I get an amen for the building fund?
Amen to that.
Amen for the building fund. Amen, baby. Wins
don't come with the rev.
Wins don't come with the rev. Oh my goodness.
I mean, the Lord ain't got to back up Tim Tebow no more, so why not get behind Jameis Winston?
Hey, might as well. Then again, I want to talk about real quick. Man, and I was disappointed in this one. the Carolina Panthers beat the New York Jets 13-6.
Why were you disappointed?
I was disappointed, and then I've been disappointed all year because I thought Justin Fields, I thought it was going to be a good place for him to be. He's finally going to take that next step into football maturity. But as you said, Seven, he's just a guy. Well, he look like from everything that I've been seeing this whole season, Justin Fields, he's just a guy.
I don't say that he's completely just a guy, because we did see flashes of brilliance out of Justin Fields at certain times. I do think that he's definitely one of those players that we're not truly going to see the greatness of him unless he is with the exact right coach. Who that exact right coach is, I couldn't tell you. And maybe that's where Justin Fields goes is the Raiders. Maybe Pete Carroll can do something with him. But and which I don't think is what's going to happen, but I'm just saying like that. Maybe that's it. Like at this point, you kind of with a kid like Fields, you almost have to grasp at straws as to who's going to be the right coach for him, and just hope you can figure it out so you can get something out of him as a talent.
Yeah,
because of the fact that he was a first-round quarterback.
The Lord can't save the Saints or
LSU.
He's completely a backup QB.
Yeah.
Yankees,
Yankees quarterback at best.
Mets, Jets, Nets, New York sports is in shambles. We can't say that quite yet. The season for the Knicks ain't started yet, so let's see what they do.
No, just give it time.
It'll catch up. We had a Dallas Cowboys sighting yesterday, 44-22 over the Commanders. Ando, I said this morning that the Dallas Cowboys, that's got to be the greatest front running team of all time. Once they start pulling ahead, you got to do everything you can to keep up with them, because man, they poured it on yesterday.
Yep. I will say this about the Cowboys. Once they get a lead, it is hard to stop them because that offense does not have an off switch.
Nope.
But if there is a team that has any semblance of a defense, Dallas is in trouble. The problem is look at who Dallas has played over the last, 3 weeks? They played the Jets. Jets really did not have a great defense. They had the Commanders. Commanders had an okay defense. And I know that there's another team. Who else did they play? Jets. Oh, the Panthers. And the Panthers apparently had a defense because they lost to the Panthers.
Yep.
But no, I mean, if you get into a shootout, Dallas is good. If you get into a defensive struggle, Dallas is not going to win. And for whatever reason, Washington just did not have it. And Dallas beat them.
That performance from a fantasy perspective, not just NFL, but from a fantasy perspective, was sick. CD got off.
Yep.
Pickens got off. Jake Ferguson, the only dude who's probably clean and don't have any type of DUIs or anything like that. He don't have no pet bull puppy. He ain't owe nobody no $200. He seemed to be the only dude that might be completely clean. Had a good game yesterday.
You're talking about the guy who hangs out with Jameis Winston in the offseason, right? Jake Ferguson.
Jake
Ferguson.
Yep.
Jameis Winston. The Reverend Jameis Winston.
What's this?
Man.
If you get to the playoffs, the Cowboys make a way to lose. That's so true. Let me ask y'all this real quick. Me and Gene got into this earlier.
We got to talk about the Eagles too.
The AFC North. He's saying that the Ravens are going to win that division.
No, they're not.
What do you guys think?
This is the same Gene who likes the Eagles, right?
Yes.
So it's the same Gene who's drinking the Kool-Aid in Philadelphia? That's probably not. First off, that's not a good idea anyway. Second off, no, not with the. Yes, the Steelers had a fallback, but I think it is the Steelers' division to lose. The Ravens, they're not going to have Lamar Jackson. He's already been ruled out for the game against the Bears. You still have the Browns, who proved that they're a competent football team. However, they did beat the Miami Minnows, so take that what you will. Still got to play Pittsburgh twice, and you still got to play Cincinnati twice. I'm not sold that Baltimore. Get a couple wins under their belts, maybe, but you don't have consistency on offense, and your defense isn't holding down the fort like it used to.
Mo said
So-
Cowboys fun to watch equals no playoffs. True.
Here's what I will say. I mean, they've got the bye next week.
Yep.
And then you get Chicago, which if their defense is playing right, that's going to be a close game. They'll beat Miami.
No, they had to buy
Minnesota.
Well,
They had to buy this week.
Yeah, they had to buy this week, 7.
Oh, this week is the bye. Okay, so I stand correct. Okay, so next week they got Chicago, which again, legitimately a toss-up. They'll beat Miami. Minnesota, they should beat.
Are we sure they'll beat Miami?
They should beat Miami.
But
They
this
should
is the
beat
Ravens we're
Minnesota.
talking about.
And then they'll have Cleveland, which they should beat Cleveland, but they already lost to them 41-17. That wasn't a small loss. They got their asses handed to them.
Actually, no, that is the Ravens' one win was the win against the Browns.
Let's remember too.
Oh, that's sorry. I got flipped on
It's
that.
all good.
fine.
It's all good.
Let's remember one thing too.
Come
They are
on,
also-
Mariners,
they
let's go.
They are also hurt. They also got injuries. But like Jury said, Jury keeps telling me they are no good with them. So, they got
But-
they got to get some guys back. That's for sure.
You look at their next 4 games, realistically, they probably go 2-2, which puts them at 3-7 going into the game against the Jets. So that's 4-7.
Mm.
They'll lose to Cincinnati, 4-8. How many 4-8 teams make the playoffs? Well,
Hardly none.
how many 4-8 teams win the division when you're not in the AFC, one of the shitty divisions like the AFC South or the NFC South or the NFC North?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen. And so I just it's time for Lamar to get injured again, take a break for the rest of the season, ask for a trade in the offseason.
Hey, you said ask for a trade. Oh wow.
Come on, Muniz.
He said ask for a trade. That's a hot take. Wow.
He should.
Oh,
He should. He needs to get out of Baltimore.
oh.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's not making it past the championship round until he gets out of Baltimore, unless they move on completely from their coaching staff and bring in somebody
God
else.
damn it.
You all right over there, Ando?
No, Mariners just gave up another base hit. Toronto has runners in the corners, no outs, bottom of the 8th.
Steelers will find a way to lose the division. There's a lot about the Steelers I don't trust. I mean,
I get that, but that division is so soft this year that I mean, when the Steelers are. Hold on, where did that go?
I mean, because you can make an argument if Joe Flacco keeps playing the way he played the other night, and they can hold water till Burrow gets back. I'm just saying, hey.
No, and that's not horrible, but like you look at the Steelers' schedule over the next few weeks, you got Green Bay, Indy. If they lose those, beat the Chargers, you got Cincy. I mean, they go 3-2 in their next 5, maybe 2-3. I mean, either way, that still puts them at 6-5.
Yeah.
Still got a better shot
Even if
than
they go-
Baltimore would at 4-8.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I mean, and this is where you start to pick up momentum as a team this part of the year, and I think that's crucial. I think it's going to be one of the reasons why Baltimore flounders out even more, and we see the Steelers stay consistent. Maybe this is when like it was said, maybe this is where Cincy kind of starts to surge forward because of the fact that they do have the reliable arm in Joe Flacco, and then Burrow comes in to finish it out, and they try to make a push.
We'll definitely see. We'll see.
Just had a double play by
Yeah.
Seattle. Huge.
Yeah.
Now you have
Ooh,
somebody on
ooh.
3rd in the bottom of the 8th, 2 outs.
Yep. No,
Toronto
got
still has a
that
1-run lead.
homer. Yeah, and a runner on 3rd. So any type of base hit, and it's going to be 5-3, top of the ninth.
All right. I do want to go over two more things real quick, and we'll jump on out of here. If you guys get back to the game. NBA open the week tomorrow night. First game. This to be on Peacock and NBC. 7:30. We got the Houston Rockets.
Hold on. Where's John? I
Listen.
figured John would have been on the podcast tonight.
No, he couldn't make it tonight. I talked to him earlier. But we got the Houston Rockets versus the OKC Thunder. It looks to be an OKC. Gentlemen, have any thoughts, any predictions about this game?
Rockets,
I like-
sockets, and lockets. Thunder win the game.
I like the Thunder in this game too. It's not to say that I don't think, I don't fall for the hype around Houston that going into the season with the lineup that they're now fielding, or putting on the court, however you want to say it. But Oklahoma is now playing with something to prove.
Yep.
They won it. Now they got to prove that they deserve to keep it.
Yep.
And anytime you put a reason to succeed in front of this Oklahoma lineup that we see now, they get it done. And so I think the Oklahoma comes out strong. I think it's it's less than a 10-point game, but I think that OKC gets it.
I think that I'm not ready. A lot of people are ready to anoint the Rockets. I'm not one of them. I got to see them do it first. I got to see them do it. They're playing it right. When you look at what they've done with the cap, with a mover with the salary cap, to sign their roster long term, with the exception of a few guys. But and then you got Kevin Durant that take back $30 million. To give you even more flexibility. I do like that part, what that front office is doing, but I'm not ready to anoint them yet just because they got Kevin Durant. I'm not ready.
Yep.
I got to see them do it first. I got to see them do it before I'll put them in that spot of being a favorite.
Really quick.
Absolutely.
Mike Evans' injury tonight was a broken clavicle. He's out for the rest of the season.
Who has a broken clavicle?
Mike Williams or Mike Evans. He's out for the rest of the year.
Are you?
Yeah. I got him on a few teams too. Yeah.
I traded him. I got rid of him. Somebody was like, "Hey."
Yeah.
And I got
When
rid
I
of him.
drafted-
So you know what?
Dang it, man. But get well soon, Mike.
do.
Get well soon, Mike Evans. We'll see you next season. Buddy.
Hey, Rob says, "What's up, boys?"
What's up, man? And the second game, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We got those Golden State Warriors versus the LeBron James Los Angeles Lakers. I got the Warriors all day. Who you got?
You know who I got?
I think Bronny James is going to come out and score 26 points tomorrow night and really just show up. Because he's already proved that he's better than his dad. I mean, it took LeBron James 16 years to score his first point as a Laker. Bronny James did it in just 5 games.
Yep.
He's truly the next GOAT of the NBA, just like his dad.
We're going to talk about
of
GOAT.
course it's going to be a fucking Golden State. Come on.
Let's talk about the GOAT of all things GOATs. NBA on NBC is back, which means we get the I'm sorry. For anybody who is our age, you hear that song, and at the end of that little crescendo, it's the NBA on NBC, Game 5 of the NBA Finals between the Utah Jazz and the Chicago Bulls. The GOAT of any NFL, NBA, MLB, hockey theme song. That is the song.
Yes, Lord. It's Marv Albert. Oh, man.
All right.
It's good. It's good to see it back on NBC.
All right, 7. Top of the 9th. Jeff Hoffman is pitching for the Blue Jays. The last 3 could be the last 3 batters of the Mariners season, man.
Well, I just sent you in the sports report chat. I just sent you a reason to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Okay. Hold on.
Hell yeah, bro.
Let me take a look at this real quick.
That's a Taylor I can get behind.
Oh, my Lord. Jesus.
Just I gotta say, just go.
Is that old boy's daughter?
No. She's
that's
a
Taylor
Miss
Burke.
America contestant. She's not. Gracie Hunt isn't gonna be a reporter.
I'm just asking. I don't know. She might be an intern. I don't know. Good Lord. But good Lord.
Come on.
Woo!
Let's go.
Thing right there. That's a champion. That's a stallion right there, boy. That's a champion right there. Woo! Good Lord.
7, how good is Hoffman for the Blue Jays?
He's good. I mean, he definitely deserves to be a Major League Baseball pitcher. He locates really well. He's not like a super fast pitcher, but he can throw upper 90s when he wants to.
You're not giving me much. You're not giving me much confidence here, 7.
He sucks. He's horrible.
Thank
He
you.
throws bananas instead of baseballs. You're going to be great.
Thank you.
It's going to be
That's what I
fine.
wanted to hear, man.
Good
Come on, Seattle. Let's go. Good.
The advantage that Toronto has is you've got Rivas in the 8 hole and
Robles in the 9, and then you got
Robles
Rodriguez.
in the 9th, and Rivas and Robles have been hitting like shit all night long, and not. I mean, you could give them tennis rackets and they're still going to strike out, and that makes it more difficult for Seattle. But even if they both strike out, you've got Rodriguez for that third.
Yeah.
For that third batter, and that's.
Oh no!
that's where
They
he gets
announced
run.
that Canzone is going to be pinch hitting for Robles.
Oh, damn.
Good luck.
Damn it!
Damn.
And that's a strikeout. Yep.
Yep.
Real quick.
He's been swinging at that same fucking pitch all night.
All night.
Real
all
quick.
fucking
All
night.
fucking night.
Real quick. Hey, ask your brother real quick, Endo, what happened to the Jags yesterday?
They played in London. That's what happened.
There's more than that.
Yeah, he wants to know what happened to the Jags.
There's more than that.
They left their talent in Duval.
They left their talent in Duval. Doesn't sound that funny.
Matt Stafford looked like he was still playing for the Lions yesterday.
5 fucking touchdowns, man.
Jesus. And you know what? I had a league. I ain't starting him. I started Caleb Williams.
Yep. I had Rice and Mahomes on both of my fantasy teams.
I had Rasheed Rice, which welcome back, brother. But I just want to say, like, from the bottom of my heart, Jameson Williams of the Detroit Lions, sir, fuck you. Just your team wins that decisively tonight, and you get 0 catches on 2 targets, and that's it. 0. I went from having 2 players to play tonight and only being down by 6 points, and my opponent had 1 player, to losing by 30 points. Fuck you, Jameson Wilson or Williams, whatever the fuck your name is. Fuck you.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna get on out here, let these boys get back to baseball. Any final thoughts about anything before we roll out for the night, fellas?
Fuck Jerry Jones.
Damn.
I saw it on a video earlier today, and I think it's true. You want to know how you know that the Chiefs are back?
How do you know?
Because fan bases that aren't facing the Chiefs are complaining about officiating and saying that there were things in the Chiefs' favor. And you've got, you can smell the salt from Philly.
Here we go.
You can just smell the salt.
Here we go. Another shot.
And that's how you know
Another
that the
shot.
Chiefs are back.
You heard throwing jabs.
Win or
You
lose, it
throwing
was a really good
jabs,
season
Seven.
for the Mariners, man.
You throw them jabs from haymakers, dog.
Man,
Them haymakers, them jabs, boy.
Keep us alive, Julio. Come on.
Oh man.
let's
You all right over there, Andrew?
hold on. Let's see this one.
2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Julio Rodriguez is up. If he can get on base, we got Cal on deck. But we're down
Top
to
of
the
the
final out for the Seattle Mariners, man.
Top of the 9th, 2 outs, count as 1-0. Julio Rodriguez is 2 for 4 tonight. Had a single and a solo home run.
Yep.
We'll keep it right here.
Second pitch counts 2-0. J-Rod's been a huge piece this year for the Mariners. Very, very important, impactful hitter, especially when you think about the fact that he's the lead on the Cal Rally. They have to pitch to him because they don't want to have to pitch to Cal Rally.
Right.
And that gives him the advantage. That's why he's done so well. Why did you swing at that, bro? Count is now 2-1 because he swung at something that was basically in the fucking dirt. And everybody in Rogers Center is on their feet right now.
Foul ball. 2-2.
And I also want to say that in Eugenio Suarez's last at bat, he was yelling at the umpire in his face. That umpire executed extreme patience by not just ejecting his ass.
Yeah.
Because he called the pitch correctly, first of all. And
count.
This is what it comes down to.
Oh, man. That was way in the dirt on the outside. At least he didn't fucking swing at it. Rivas would have swung at that shit.
What's the count?
3-2, full count. 3-2, 2 outs, top of the ninth.
Nothing else. I'll go back
Damn
to
it, Rodriguez.
Struck out.
Chased a fucking slider outside. Your World Series matchup that starts Friday will be the Toronto Blue Jays and the LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers should be heavily favored in this series because of the inconsistency of the Blue Jays. But Toronto is going back to the World Series for the first time since the early 90s.
Since they went back-to-back in 92, 93.
Yep. So if you want to make some money, go put some money on the Dodgers because I would say Dodgers in 5, maybe 6. Spectacular season with the Mariners. They made it exactly as far as I said they were. They were an ALCS lineup team. Some amazing accomplishments, some amazing performances in the postseason, including that 15-inning game in Game 5 in the division series.
Hey,
but
yo, what's up?
They're still the Seahawks.
What's up, Will?
You're still the Seahawks, dog.
You know, so
shit, at least your team got to the damn.
You know what? I'm gonna say it like, dude, my
team gave it up.
There are 13 other teams that I think would have loved the opportunity to play in the ALCS. Look, first time since 2001 we made it. This is as close as we've gotten to the World Series. The team is extremely young. Do I want to be pissed? Absolutely. 3 strikeouts in the top of the ninth. It hurts. But you're not going to win every year. You got to grow as a foundation. You got to grow as a franchise. And this year showed that the Mariners grew, right? They were 4 games down, I think, when September started. They finished the season winning 13-17.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we lost him. Yeah, they did. They finished the season. Oh, man, we lost him. They did. They finished the season winning 13-17 games, winning the division, stealing it from Houston. And I think they did finish the season really strong, becoming the team that it looked like they could, to their credit. And so, to the credit of the Mariners,
yes,
it was a spectacular season. I do think that they should have beat Toronto. The Blue Jays cut Ando's feet. I do think they should have beat Toronto, but
man.
There he is. There he is. Beat Toronto,
but the Blue Jays cut your feet.
There he is. There he is. Beat Toronto,
cut your feet.
But
the Blue Jays cut your feet.
There he is.
Cut your feet.
But he's we're getting. Hey, Ando. Step back for a second. We're getting a lot of feedback, brother.
But
you
got your mic on?
Wow, we're getting. Hey, Ando, step back for a second. We're getting a lot of feedback, brother.
All right, let's go ahead and All right, cut your mic back on, Ando.
How about now?
Okay, there we go.
All right, man. I forgot my mic was disconnected.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
That wasn't me, dog.
Maybe, Damien. You know what?
That wasn't me, dog.
That wound is still freshly open, so I'm gonna let it slide. We're gonna heal that, and then you and I, we're gonna go 12 rounds, man. We're gonna go 12 rounds, like Canales and fucking Crawford earlier last month. We're gonna go a couple rounds, man.
Oh my goodness.
But no, the long and the short of it. Look, I am I sad that we didn't win? Absolutely. Am I sad that we didn't go to the World Series? Yeah. But do the Blue Jays have a shot against the Dodgers? I don't think so. The Dodgers are, I think, hands above, better than the Blue Jays right now. And the Blue Jays may prove us wrong, but I think the Dodgers are going to take it in 4 or 5. I think it'll be a sweep or it'll be 5. It's not going to be a 7-game series like it was last year with the Yankees. No. I think 7's right. I'm going to say 5. I think it'll be over in 5. But we'll talk more about that, I guess, on podcast name Deferred Wednesday. Is that right, Seb?
Yep. 10 p.m. Eastern Wednesday. I'm probably going to go live again here on TikTok here in just a little bit. So if you're wanting to talk some more baseball, hit me up on TikTok at FGD7 spelled out. Give me 10 minutes to go to the bathroom, refresh my water, and I'll be jumping on. And we'll talk some more baseball before we wrap up our night tonight.
Damien versus Endo. Cage match, baby.
We need a cage because I ain't letting him out. Nope. The only way Damien's going to get out of that cage is if his body parts are thrown through the open spots in the cage. That's it.
Oh, snap.
That's
we're
it.
going to see Ando. We're going to see Ando pull a full Mick Foley and Undertaker.
Yep.
Mankind and Undertaker in one of the most iconic matches in WWE history.
Yep.
Yes.
Both of them really were. Both of them were.
Yes.
And we're going to see Ando throwing Damien off of the top of it, but he's going to be aiming for the boards, not the desk.
Yeah.
He's not be aiming for that padded desk. He's going to be aiming for those boards on the side. He wants to take him out.
All right, gentlemen. Any final thought before we get out of here tonight, guys?
Nah, that's it, man. Hats off to the Seattle Mariners, man. Great season. I know you guys want to make it to the World Series. But like I said, man, you guys grew from last year. A hell of a season. As a fan, I'm super proud of you guys. We'll get there next year.
7, tell them one more time about podcast name Deferred before we get out.
We got podcast name Deferred with me, Ando, Craig, and possibly Erica, although probably not. She's dealing with some family stuff. At least me, Ando, and Craig, Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern on all Wire-to-Wire Sports Networks. If you're watching this show, you can watch podcast name Deferred on Wednesday. Just make sure you subscribe, turn on those notifications for when we go live. We also have a lot of great other programming here at Wire-to-Wire Sports every morning and evening, hosted by individuals that at least pretend to know what they're talking about. But that's just Gene. Everybody else is pretty knowledgeable about what they discuss. Sorry, he's an Eagles fan. He's going to throw smoke. I'm going to throw smoke. I'm not even playing anymore. But we've got a lot of talented individuals that are passionate about what they talk about, knowledgeable about what they talk about. And they love to have you join in on the conversation and share your thoughts as well. So definitely make sure that you join us. We appreciate your support. Thank you.
Don't worry, Damien. I'll roll you up into the ring, man.
We appreciate your support and thank you for checking out the Sports Report podcast tonight. Have a good night.
Oh, my
everybody.
goodness. And speaking of those shows on Wire to Wire, we can go over those as we get out of here. Thank you for being with us tonight. We do appreciate you guys. And we'll see you guys again next week, 10 p.m. Eastern for the Sports Report podcast. Have a good night.